Hi guys, so this famous question now, why MBA after engineering? Okay, very important and very famous question and a kind of where you can be grilled most. Okay, that if you don't answer this question well, the interviewer keeps on grilling. See, understand this part, guys. Okay, sometimes interviewers are basically just trying to test some candidate. So they want to see the profile, or maybe today or in last 2 days I've taken 20 interviews, right? Let's have a bit of fun with this candidate. Okay, so they want to, so we have to be tackled, right? You don't know that which number. Are you basically, they want to test you, they want to grill you, they want to be tired, they are tired right now. What they want, they don't know, right? Basically, so you have to be prepared with all such questions and all such. You have to be best, but this is their, it could be their 20th interview, but this is your first interview, right? Your interview, it is very important for you for yourself as a person, right? So be fully prepared for that. So if they're asking you why MBA after engineering, first of all, don't don't demean yourself that okay, that you're doing something wrong. Be actually proud of yourself that you're doing MBA after engineering, right? Whatever was that dialogues or dialogue of 3 idiots, whatever people say, whatever placements happen, okay, it remains a true fact that technology plus managerial skill forms a deadly combination. Okay, it really forms a deadly combination, and trust me guys, that if a pool of interviewers are taking all this MBA, good MBA called interviews, at least more than at least 60% of them would be this engineer plus MBA. Okay, and in the company also values a lot. If you're a good engineer with MBA from a decent B school or very average engineering college plus MBA from a decent B school, right? It actually really helps you. Okay, so they also know this, that this is a deadly combination. They know this actually. Okay, but just to add diversity, right? They want more because it's like if I catch 8 people out of 10 from a crowd of basically graduation, maybe 8 of them are engineers, right? So if the percentage of engineering people are quite high, that basically means that the people will be reaching there also very high in the classrooms, right? They want to add more diversity, so they have calling different people, okay, from different backgrounds. That's absolutely fine, because we also as an engineer, we learn a lot, right? So basically, if engineers are going in a classroom and there are no commerce students there, right, they find accountings and balance sheet very difficult actually as a subject in MBA, right? So this is all group study, right? It's all teamwork, group study, group task, a good peer group, right? That's why you want diversity. But nobody can deny this fact that this is a deadly combination. Okay, so first of all, always be proud that you have done engineering. Okay, in an interview, you are always always feel positive, that be proud of it. You've done engineering and then you are doing MBA. You're going for MBA, right? Now, so basically this question starts with why engineering? Again, that, right? Okay. So see, actually you can tell that BTech is one of the kind of a safest graduation option. Okay, in 12th you don't have much idea about this colleges. Maybe we are from small towns, or maybe are due to parents mentality, right? So you see, as a graduation plus 1 year BTech, right? So instead of doing normal graduation, I went for a BTech or BE because it was a professional degree. It was a technical course, because I would have multiple options open after that. I can also go for job. I can also go for higher studies. I can also work in some company and think of as an entrepreneur, right? So there's so many, BTech actually opens up so many options. Okay, which are not so much options as a simple graduate, right? So that's why it's always a great thing, safest thing also to do MBA, right? So, to do BTech after 12, a safest graduation option. Okay, which will create multiple options after your BTech. But obviously, from school to BTech is a huge jump, right? Everybody knows that, including the interviewers. Okay, so they know this. It's a huge jump from school to BTech, and in BTech we tend to explore so many things actually. Those hostel life, those subjects, those curriculum, those big campuses. Okay, hovering around, meeting different people, organizing fests, bringing sponsors, doing negotiations. So you never know that which area you find interest, because in those 4 years are so diverse. You are playing sports, right? So in which side you are tilted, you never know. Okay, for example, one of my friend was doing BTech, was very good at coding, but there was one subject like economics in BTech. Okay, and economics was one semester, one subject in one semester, right? It actually he got so much involved in this economics that it excited and fascinated him so much. Actually, he was so fascinated by this economics subject that actually he was a very good coder. We always told that okay, he's a great coder and you should take his help. But he completely shifted his career towards economics and finance, and he did CFA, then he did MBA in finance, and he's completely left his engineering field, right? He just developed that interest in economics part, and from there he went to study deep into finance and all. Okay, so you never know which interest you will catch, right? I just in one example, I just told you about an example in HR. Okay, that how she used to solve, how one of my friend, she used to resolve the fights of the couples, and she did her MBA from IMK, and now she's a HR in a good organization, right? So in BTech, it actually there's so much, right? We study so many different subjects. So we study so many different subjects. Okay, in engineering, then we have this. We have to clear 40 plus papers, right? So 40 plus papers we are clearing within a span of 3.5 years, because 1 year is going for one semester is for complete internship. So 40 plus papers we are clearing in within 3.5 years. That's itself an achievement, right? That actually increases your analytical thinking. That develops your problem solving skill. Okay, and all these things are very, very important for doing MBA. So problem solving is skill. Then you don't only study in BTech, right? You see that there is a student activity council. There are different committees like sports committee, cultural committee. You're organizing fest, so you're having that teamwork experience. There's so many things actually. Okay. So basically that way of thinking after doing engineering is developed. So you have to be proud of this, and you have to convince your interviewer. Okay, way of thinking has to be developed. Okay, always remember, guys. The interviewer knows that you are a BTech guy going for MBA, but still you have got a call from that college, right? So they have called you, right? So I always tell that written exam is more of an elimination process, and interview is more of a selection process, right? So it's always remember this point. Okay, that written exam is more of an elimination process. Okay, and that interviews are always more of a selection process. They want to select you. Okay, they have called you, so show your strength. Be proud of what you have done good. Okay, and be apologetic for what you have done bad, right? But show your strength, and so show that these mistakes are not committed in my future, and I'll be a very good person in future, right? You have to sell yourself kind of in interviews. Okay, so that way of thinking is developed in BTech. So all these things actually, and then now, so after that, now you don't want to restrict your domain, right? So after all these things you have done in BTech, these things are developed. Now you tell an interview that my way of thinking has developed, but I don't want to work in a restricted domain. Okay, that where I'm only restricted in technology and designing technology, studying about technology, right? And working. So I want to be in front end. I want to come in front. I want to know a little bit about marketing, about a bit of finance, a bit of kind of operations, right? All these things. So basically, a person with a good MBA, with a good degree from a B school, if he goes in a startup, he's doing everything. He's doing marketing also, he's doing finance also, he's doing a bit of operations also, he's doing everything, right? And he's feeling very happy because he's involved in so many things actually. Okay, that diversity is there, right? So you don't want to restrict yourself in a domain, and you want to actually polish your skills, with your managerial skills. You want to see those things from a broader perspective. Okay, that's why that engineering will always add up. That MBA after engineering will always be that icing on cake. Okay, to your career, right? Always say this thing very proudly. So I've seen in interviews, right? When I see mock interviews, when I just ask this question, okay, you're done your BTech here, why do you want to do MBA now? How is it related? And it's just like when I'm asking with this confidence, no, the other person is just like, sir, in family pressure we did BTech, and my parents told that नहीं तुम्हें IT करना है तो वो तो हुआ नहीं, but somehow I got this in this BTech, but now I want to do MBA. Very, very bad answer, right? Always feel proud of your studies, whatever you achieved, right? You have completed your BTech, you have completed 40 plus papers. Be proud of that. Take out the good points from that and tell in the interviews, right? Be it about student activity councils, sports committees, cultural committees, organizing fests. Tell about sports. Tell about they are clearing those 40 plus papers. How your analytical thinking is developed. How your mind is sharp now. How you can think about broader thing. You can analyze a problem into deep. That's what it is, right? That's what it actually will help you always. So always be proud of your engineering degree, and then you can sell yourself in an interview for why you want to do MBA. You can tell this, and you can be, obviously you will be selected, right? So never ever do tell these things that if an interview, because they want to demean something, right? They want to tell you, why you done MBA? Why you want to do MBA for engineering? Haven't you heard of the three idiots dialogue? It went so famous, right? At that time you didn't had an MBA. Didn't you maybe you're not an engineer also. Still after that those things you choose MBA. How wise it is, right? If they tell you these things, you'll actually be like blank. Okay, like मुझे डांट रहा है यार, kind of. मैं क्या? Back up, defend, come lean, right? So come forward, face with a smile, sir. Engineering has actually helped me become a much better person, right? So actually the person was right now when interview was like attacking you, you are sitting back, okay, and thinking about, okay, you're blank. Just lean forward with confidence, put a smile in your face, everything changes, right? Engineering has helped me becoming a much better person. I have a good analytical skill. I can analyze problems into deep. I have good negotiation skill. I brought a lot of sponsors from the in the colleges, in the fest at the low prices because we have budget constraints. Okay, I was the head of my cultural committee. I used to organize cultural events in every semester, and you know that how good it is an event for how big it is an event for college. If it fails, then everybody is like mocking you in college. So you don't want to fail at that. You want to be good at that, and I've won many appreciations for that, right? So a whole scenario changes, right? How you're defending yourself. Okay, I cleared 40 plus papers in BTech, and I really learned so many things. It was mathematics, it was economics, it was engineering subjects, it was deep problem solving, it was sometimes kind of analyzing the situations, it was projects. So my BTech was actually full of learning. I've learned so many things, right? And the whole now interviews are back foot, right? After your answer, interviews on back foot now, interviewer. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now he'll continue, right? So just be right. So whatever you've done, obviously you've done BTech from whatever college, but you have a technical degree. You are eligible for a job in the market. Many people are working after BTech. They are taking some very good package, very good job. So you have that degree in hand, right? So try to defend that degree with some very positive things. Okay, that's what MBA after engineering will look like. Okay, so hope you got the answer, guys. Okay, all the best. Thank you.